Tried using a system that got me from $0 to $10,000 a month in 4 simple steps using just about 3 hours per week. And also later I stopped doing the same steps that are in the system, and my business went from $10,000 a week to $2,000 a week in basically just a couple months. Some of my clients are also using the same system to book about 2 to 4 calls a week. As for example, my client Joe here, who is this close to signing a high ticket client and also has 3 more calls booked for this week. In this video, I'm gonna share what the 4 simple steps that we all use are and how you can use it too to grow your business from $0 to $10,000 a month, even if you're just starting out and you haven't got much experience, because the same thing happened to me when I was starting out and I didn't have much of a brand build out, I didn't have much of an audience, and I also didn't have many clients at the time. So before starting using this system, I used to cycle between months that I got a lot of clients, and then I had to do a lot of client delivery, and once I did a lot of client delivery, I didn't have time for marketing, so I stopped all the sales, I stopped all the posting, I stopped all the outreach. Then a couple clients left, and I got back to starting marketing and posting and doing outreach and everything else, signed a couple clients on, and then the kind of loop repeated itself. Now you might relate to this too, and this all got solved by doing the first 4 steps. And the first step is picking your ideal target audience. Now I know this is what everybody says, but before I picked my one ideal target audience, I actually couldn't create content that would attract the type of people that would hire me to help them do the work. I only have one audience to sell to now, and that makes it easy to create videos, to create LinkedIn posts, to create YouTube videos. And also I know exactly what their pain points are, what their desires are, what their problems are, and I can tailor my solution to that exact audience. I have a better product, their problems are solved better, and I have an easier time selling my services. So if I started again, picking the one ideal audience would be the first thing to do. Now the second step is using LinkedIn, and more specifically it's using LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Now the difference between LinkedIn and YouTube is that on YouTube, people need a lot of time to basically grow their channels. For example, Ali Abdal, who's a famous productivity YouTuber and now he's going more into business also, he needed about 4 years to be able to make some serious money with his channel. And I don't know about you, but for me 4 years is a little bit too much to just start making some money. So LinkedIn, on the other hand, allows for much more control over who you target and how you approach them. On YouTube, you just basically rely on the algorithm to promote your videos, and if they're good enough, people are gonna watch them. You have to build momentum and everything else. On LinkedIn, you can just start connecting to your ideal audience, and basically nobody's gonna prevent you contacting them. So on LinkedIn right now, I connect to about 20 to 30 people a day. Because of that, I can control who sees my posts, because if I connect to all of the people that are in my ideal target audience, they're gonna be the ones seeing my post, and I don't leave it up to the algorithm to decide if maybe some other business owners that aren't related to my business and don't have the problems that I solve would see my post. I just connect to the right people, and then they start watching and reading the posts. Instead of focusing on trying to get a lot of people to follow me and basically buy from me, I focus on the ones that have a higher chance that they would buy my products, and I create all of my content tailored to them so I get them to buy it. And this is the third step, which is to post daily on LinkedIn. Now, content alone on LinkedIn brought me about $80,000 in the last 18 months, and that's just inbound. That's just people who contacted me because I posted that content. Now, if you want to convert a LinkedIn audience into an audience of buyers, the best framework that I found to explain this is basically this. So imagine the whole LinkedIn audience, the whole ideal audience group, maybe 30,000 people or 50,000 people for you, is like a giant cloud moving around the LinkedIn space and everything else. And what you're trying to do is basically build a funnel that would get some people from this giant cloud to go through each stage in the funnel and in the end come out and start working with you. Now, there are 3 stages to this funnel that you have to cover to make some people go through the funnel and start working with you on the other side. The first stage is the top of the funnel stage. About 40% of my content focuses on the top of the funnel stage, and this is the content where I share personal stories, I share relatable content, I share fun stuff, so a lot of people get attracted by it. But there's one thing that I saw many people do, and I did it also, that basically ruins all of the top of the funnel content for them. And it's sharing the personal stories, but not making them connected to the problems your ideal audience has. So if I just share a story about how I wasn't productive today or how I keep my productivity up, but I don't link it to either creating videos in as little time as possible, either signing more clients online, either booking calls or something else, it's not going to attract my ideal audience. It's going to go too broad, and it's going to attract other clouds of people that aren't my ideal target audience. So now I'm going to have more people who will never buy from me watching and liking my post, and LinkedIn is going to promote it to more and more of those people, and I'm going to build a brand that I can sell to. So top of the funnel content, focus on fun, relatable stories, things that are kind of a personal connection, and make it relatable to the problems that your audience has, so you attract the right audience. The second stage in the funnel, where also the other 40% of the content goes, is nurture type of content. Now, nurture type of content focuses more on building trust and building affinity. What you're trying to do here is highlight all of the pain points and all of the problems that your audience has and solve them one by one. So you show them the way, you show them how to, I don't know, if you do design, how you design websites that bring better results, what they have to be careful of, what mistakes they could be doing, how they can avoid those mistakes, and so on and so on. And by doing that, you build trust, you build affinity, and once you hit them with the bottom of the funnel post, they're going to be much more likely to convert. The bottom of the funnel post is 20% of content, and its only goal is basically to convert the client from being an audience member to being your client. What I post as bottom of the funnel content is usually case studies from my clients, examples of how we got results with certain tactics, and the results I got from using my systems. This way I have the whole funnel set up, and I can basically attract people from that cloud, funnel them through, and get clients on the other side. Now the fourth step is what I wasn't doing for a long time, and now I see it's bringing in a lot more booked calls, and it's much more reliable also. And this is basically messaging all of the people that connect with me and just starting up conversations and asking them about their problems, pain points, everything that about their business, to see if I maybe am the right one to help. Now this way, I basically got a lot of people who were kind of following me and liked certain posts and so on and so on, but maybe they were just about 80% sure that I could solve their problems, but they had one question that prevented them from contacting me, or they weren't exactly certain if my solution is the right one and they didn't contact me because of it. So there are many reasons why they didn't contact me, but because I contacted them first, this sparked the conversation. We talked, they were already kind of trusting me already, and I got booked calls pretty quickly through that. It took about 1 week to start getting booked calls regularly. Now I use a message tracker to track all of my conversions, from just basically accepted connections to first message, second message, sent call, call booked, everything, like a whole CRM. And it makes it really helpful, especially when you lose motivation, when maybe for a couple of days you haven't booked a single call with your outreach and everybody's saying no. You just look at the numbers and you see if you're on target, if you're not on target, if the numbers add up, and usually it's a lot easier to keep going when you already have the numbers there and you can see you've done it 100 times already. You can do it again today. So if you want to get that tracker, you can get it below in the link in the description. Now there's one more bonus step that enabled me to one time close a client in about 24 minutes, and he had no objections. no questions. He had no doubts about working with me. He just basically came on the call and said, I want to work with you. And we sorted out the details. I sent him the contract, he signed, and off we went. He became a client. And that is posting on YouTube. Now, YouTube takes a long time to get views, that's true, but you can use it to nurture the audience that you build on LinkedIn and build more trust a lot faster and convert them faster. So what happened with this client is he found me on Google, he went to my LinkedIn post, and he built a little bit of trust, but then he found one of my YouTube videos linked there. And what I do is I link all of my videos one after another, so at the end of each video you have a chance to click on the next one and the next one and the next one. And what he did is he watched about 4 videos in a row, booked the call, went to the call, signed the contract, and that's it. No questions asked. So this is a really good way to kind of speed up the process of converting leads into actual clients without even having as many views on YouTube. It's not like I get tens of thousands of views, I just get hundreds, and this is already working for me. But it's hard to keep going, creating all of the videos on YouTube, all of the videos on LinkedIn, also creating content, outreach, everything, if you have to spend 15, 20 hours a week doing all of that. So in the next video, I'm gonna show you the system that I use to create all of my content in about 3 hours a week, so I keep my marketing efficient and I can focus on client delivery and building the business instead of just trying to sell. If you want to see it, I'll see you in the next video. Otherwise, have a great day. I'll see you. Bye.